Hello and welcome to FNR's Russian Preview Show, the first of a three-part mini-series right here at Football Nation Radio. The countdown is well and truly on to the commencement of the 2018 FIFA World Cup. So much to get through. We'll of course preview all 8 groups, bring you all the latest hot topics. But to kickstart things today, let's cross over to Louise Taffer with all of the latest squad news.
The squads have been finalised for the FIFA World Cup, and probably the biggest shock is the omission of Germany's Leroy Sané, who was left out of the squad after a sensational season in the English Premier League. Sané was one of 5 players who reached more than 10 goals and 10 assists, doing so in fewer appearances and minutes than any other player who achieved the feat. Now, the list of big names who won't be going to Russia only continues to grow. While Belgium have left out another big name, Christian Benteke, who was performing at the highest level in the domestic league. Now, Roberto Martinez had already admitted Raja Nainggolan from his initial squad. And as you can see, there are so many stars in this Belgium team. It would come down to the little things which would separate these players who aren't going from the ones who are. Mauro Icardi has been left out of Argentina's 23-man squad. The 25-year-old had a stellar season at Inter, scoring 29 times and topping the Serie A goal-scoring charts. Now it's back to Adriano and Rick for the group stage previews.
Group A, Russia, Saudi Arabia, Egypt and Uruguay. A fascinating group, this one. Most notably, though, because it's the first time in World Cup history that the 2 lowest-ranked nations are not only grouped together, but opening a World Cup campaign.
And when you throw in Egypt, making their first appearance since Italy 1990, so 28 years, it makes for a very enveloping group. Also, at age 45, Hessam El Hadary will become the oldest FIFA World Cup player to ever appear at a tournament.
Lots of talking points in this group, Group A. For me, though, it's the host Russia, who will go unfortunately winless in the tournaments.
For me, unfortunately, I can't see Suarez and Cavani actually not scoring a bag of goals.
There you go. Well, lots to come in Group A. Of course, Mohamed Salah as well, a big talking point. Plenty of action to come in what should be a tantalising first group. Group B, Portugal, Spain, Morocco and Iran. 2 of Europe's heavyweight nations. Portugal, of course, the Euro 2016 winners. Not too hard to understand what the key moment of this group is. Of course, Cristiano Ronaldo up against a number of his Real Madrid teammates from Spain.
So Portugal will be looking to become only the 4th nation to win the European Championship World Cup double. Interestingly, Spain was the last one to do it only 10 years ago, so it'll be a very fascinating battle when the 2 teams come up to it. Also throw into it that it was a very tight qualification phase for both the nations, as well as Morocco, only conceding 7 goals out of the 3 nations.
For me, Spain far too strong in this group. They will go through and they will not concede a single goal.
For me, David De Gea, the Spanish goalkeeper, will be the one to look out for. He will be the star of that group.
Lots of stars in the group. Ronaldo, of course, the biggest of them all. Looking forward to Group B. Group C features France, Australia, Peru and Denmark. Some calling this one the group of death, and not hard to understand why. 3 of the 4 nations ranked in the top 12 in FIFA rankings in the lead up to the tournaments.
But it's not all doom and gloom, as France have only topped their group twice in the last 9 attempts, so they are vulnerable and they can be caught.
May be the case. For me, though, France will be perfect in Group C. 9 points from 9, 3 wins from 3 games.
For me, on the flip side, I can see Australia, the Socceroos, unfortunately, not getting a point in this one.
It's going to be an interesting group, Peru and Denmark with a point to prove as well. Really looking forward to what should be an entertaining Group C. Group D, Argentina, Iceland, Croatia and Nigeria. Incredibly, the Africans' 6th ever World Cup appearance and the 5th time they've been drawn with Argentina. Not the stat that they would want to have recorded.
Not the stat at all. As well, Croatia probably don't have a stat they want recorded against their name. They have lost the last 3 opening World Cup fixtures, so they will want to rectify that as quickly as possible. Iceland are the smallest nation population-wise to be ever appearing at a World Cup, with only 334,000 people.
Of course, Iceland, one of 2 debutants in Russia in 2018. They may be small in population. They're also going to have a small impact, in my opinion. Iceland to go winless in the tournaments.
In my prediction, Mario Mandzukic, the Croatia striker, to actually top score the tournament and to top score this group.
That's a very big call to make, of course, in a group that does feature Lionel Messi and a number of key attacking talents for Argentina. Expect lots of goals in this group. Group E, Brazil, Switzerland, Costa Rica and Serbia, of course, headlined by the 5-time world champions Brazil, the only nation to have appeared at each and every edition of the FIFA World Cup, all 21.
But don't discount a nation like Costa Rica, where in 2014 they were one of 3 nations not to be defeated.
Certainly some big nations in this group. My tip, Switzerland to be the surprise and qualify with Brazil, but Switzerland really like their form in European qualifying. I think they're the pick to go through with the South Americans.
My pick actually is Serbia to go through instead of Switzerland. I'm liking their names, I'm liking their stars, and they're all hitting good form at the right time.
All 4 with serious claims in this group. Costa Rica, very impressive in 2014. Group F features Germany, Mexico, Sweden and South Korea. Interesting group, this one. Germany, of course, the defending champions. They won't like this stat because the previous 2 World Cup winners, Italy and Spain, have both been eliminated in the group stage. Germany very keen to avoid that this time around.
They are, and they will be very keen as well. Mexico, they've qualified 16 times for the World Cup, but unfortunately, they've never, ever held aloft that trophy, so they will be very keen to do that. Their captain, Rafa Marquez, he will be joining a very elite club at his 5th World Cup.
Germany will be far too strong in this group. I'm predicting 3 perfect matches, 9 points for the Germans to ease through to the knockout stage.
I'm going with Mexico to actually qualify in 2nd spot. I think they're just going to be that class above Sweden and South Korea.
South Korea and Sweden with a point to prove, though. Sweden, of course, eliminating Italy from the group, so it's an action-packed Group F. Group G, Belgium, Panama, Tunisia and England. 2 European sides will certainly fancy their chances of going through. England looking to make amends for a dismal Euro 2016 campaign. Panama, of course, one of the 2 debutants at the finals.
Belgium will be actually taking their first foreign coach, Roberto Martinez, to the World Cup, a first for them since 1954. They're going to be a class above in my eyes, and I can still see Kevin De Bruyne, the Manchester City striker, and the Belgian Red Devil being the assist king, as I'm going to call him.
Looks very likely. Panama, for me, will have a dismal time. 0 points, I'm predicting, for the debutants in Russia. But all the pressure in this group, certainly on England. Group H features Poland, the seeded nation, Senegal, Colombia and Japan. Good luck with a pick in this group. 4 different nations, 4 different playing styles, 4 confederations. This is tough.
This will be a tough group. For Poland, the seeded nation out of the 4, unfortunately, they don't have a very good record at the World Cup. Their last 6 matches, they haven't scored a goal and they haven't kept a clean sheet.
Certainly anyone's ball game here. My prediction, though, Colombia to win the group and win it well.
Mine, I'm actually going to go out on a limb. There's always one surprise, and this time it'll be Senegal. Senegal to qualify out of Group H.
Really anyone's ball game here. Good luck with your predictions. Let us know who you think will win Group H by leaving a comment below.
Thanks, guys, for the comprehensive preview. It's time to look at some of the hottest young players featuring at this summer's FIFA World Cup. 20-year-old Moroccan attacking midfielder Amin Ahit comes into the fold after a stellar breakthrough season in Germany's top flight. Ahit made 31 appearances and scored 3 goals, assisting 6 of his teammates, and that was enough for him to take out the Bundesliga Rookie of the Year award. This will be Amin's 2nd FIFA World Cup in 2 years after he featured at last year's Under-20 FIFA World Cup in Korea with France. However, at Russia, he will be repping the colours of Morocco. The youngest player in any squad at the FIFA World Cup is Australia's hottest property, 19-year-old winger Daniel Arzani. He reads the game like a book, and when he skips in between defenders, they drop like dominoes. 4 goals and 3 assists in 18 appearances, Arzani took out the Young Footballer of the Year award. Be sure to keep your eye on this one because he's got the ingredients for success. Brazil's number 9, Gabriel Jesus, scores goals for fun. At 21 years of age, he's smarter than any defender, and Jesus scored 20 goals in 39 English Premier League appearances, providing 7 assists, which is why when his teammates call him, he answers the phone and says, "Hi, how may I assist you?" The 21-year-old helped Manchester City to a record-breaking EPL title win, and more recently, he was Brazil's youngest captain since 1995.
Thank you for that, Louise. Now, certainly a number of hot topics trending on Twitter, Rick, in the lead up to the FIFA World Cup, and they concern a number of the key players at the tournament. Number 3, hashtag Muller.
So hashtag Muller is about Thomas Muller, the Germany forward. He's had an explosive last 2 FIFA World Cups, 10 goals in both. What more can you really say about him? 6 assists, and interestingly, he is the 2 behind the all-time assist leader. Could go for a very, very big one, all of ahead.
Number 2, hashtag Suarez.
Hashtag Suarez, Luis Suarez, the Uruguay forward. He's had a bit of a controversial FIFA World Cup moment in the last 2 World Cups. You'll remember his hand of God type moment in the quarter-final against Ghana. He had a biting incident against Giorgio Chiellini in Italy, or against Italy, I should say. When you throw in all that, he has one of the best strike force partners in Edison Cavani, who scored 10 goals in the CONMEBOL qualifying. He's set for a very, very big World Cup, and he will need to lift and impress for Uruguay if they are to go all the way.
At number 1, the number 1 trending hashtag on Twitter in the lead up to the commencement of the FIFA World Cup, hashtag Neymar. No surprises there for me, none whatsoever. The Ligue 1 Player of the Year, despite missing half of the season. Neymar, so much pressure on his shoulders, needs to make amends for Brazil's failure in 2014. He's the 4th all-time scorer currently for the national team. Does he have what it takes to join the greats of Brazilian football and lift what will ultimately be their 6th FIFA World Cup crown? Nearing the end to what has been an action-packed episode here at Football Nation Radio. Guys, we've discussed all the key talking points, the groups, so much more. Let's leave everyone at home with a key prediction for the World Cup.
My tip is actually for Spain to win the World Cup and to do it without actually dropping a match.
Interesting. Mine's more individual brilliance. I think Argentina's Lionel Messi will take out the Golden Boot and score a hat-trick in the group stage.
I'm actually going the other way. I feel the French will be one of the more successful sides in the group stage, 9 points from 9. I feel they won't go beyond the quarterfinals. I can see a very disappointing knockout campaign for Les Bleus. That's all from this first part of a 3-part series right here at Football Nation Radio. Thank you to Rick D'Andrea and Louise Taffer. For now, though, from me, Adriano Del Monte, we look forward to your company next time.